everybody, welcome back to the Jencery YouTube channel with me, Jen. Hope you're all doing okay. Today's video is a dance massage update, so we're into spring now on the Jencery YouTube channel, and I put a poll out on Instagram a little while ago asking what kind of things people were enjoying and what people want to see more of, and dance massage was definitely one of the resounding answers. So I thought it was about time that we updated the resources, so stay tuned and we'll go through it. Now before I move on, I just want to preface this whole video by saying that dance massage wasn't my initial idea. It's definitely been gentrified a little bit with these videos and things, but it's by a wonderful lady called Naomi Rosenberg. She does dance massage training. I highly recommend you check her out. I highly recommend you get yourself booked on if you can. But yeah, she's inspired these and I've just kind of like rolled with it like I tend to do with Jencery and added a little bit of a Jencery touch to it as well. Okay, so those of you that are aware of TacPack will be familiar with the idea of using sort of tactile resources alongside music to give your learner a really lovely sensory experience. The difference between TacPack and dance massage, however, is that dance massage tends to focus more on the musicality of what you're doing and the rhythm and the tone and the mood of the music. Now, whilst TacPack obviously has some really lovely, well-chosen music that goes alongside the prop that you're using, I'd say the main difference is that you're really focusing on bringing a more musical experience to your learner as well as a tactile one. So with that in mind, we're really intent on bringing the joy and the vibrancy of music to our learners who maybe wouldn't be able to dance in a traditional sense, but still have a right to experience the wonder of music and all of the kind of ways that music can make us feel. Now, as Jencery is really theme-based, I think it's sometimes really nice to just roll with the seasons when we're doing dance massage. The great thing about having the seasons as a context or a theme is that they last for quite a long time. So you can make a winter dance massage box, you can make a spring one, a summer one and an autumn one, while still knowing that you're going to have that longevity with that. So if you make one for winter, you can use it all the way through December, January, February, probably March if it was this year, if we're looking at it from a weather perspective as well. But you're going to get that consistency, you're going to get that repetition, and I bang on about that all the time, but it means that you're going to build up that progression for your learner, you're going to start to see those consistent responses. It's going to be a regulatory activity for your learner that's going to build up that anticipation and again build up those initiation skills. So make the box, use it consistently through the season, and then when you're ready essentially for an adaptation, you can change the box for a new season. So as it's a spring theme, as you can imagine, the music is very zingy and uplifting, mixed in with a little bit of sort of folky, nice sort of spring-like music, and the resources match that. So what I'd say before you do anything else with your learner, make sure they're comfortable, make sure they're in a position where they are feeling relaxed and regulated. There is no point in even beginning this until they are ready to do that. So with that in mind, I always start with the same track and finish with the same track. So if you've done the winter one, it's the same track. So to start off with, it's just a really soft, gentle squeeze all the way down their arms, all the way down their legs, just so that they can get that proprioceptive input that goes, okay, I know where my body is in the space and I'm ready for this, and that's going to be a bit of a signifier too. So the track that I use for that is called Catch the Breeze, and it's by the Future Sounds of XYZ. As I say, you might want to get a piece of paper now and jot all these down, but I will just pop it up on the screen now if you want to just take a screenshot too. Now, Catch the Breeze is quite a short track anyway, but you don't have to listen to the whole track for that. That is literally just a bit of a signifier right at the beginning, just to give your learners a really nice, deep compression squeeze to start off the session. So without further ado, let's delve into the box. The first prop that we are going to use is Gypsophilia. You can find this everywhere at the minute and it is super cheap. I think I got this from Tesco for like £1 or something. But it makes a really nice sort of brush to rub across the skin. It provides a really sort of nice tickly sensation, whilst obviously going in line with the spring theme too. Now it is a tickly sensation, as I mentioned, so just watch for your communicational cues from your learner there. They might shy away from it, but again, they might love it as well at the same time. But yeah, see what parts of their body they like more and repeat more of the action that they like. Obviously doing it in time with the music. You know, if the music swells, then you might want to kind of like do a really nice big sweep up to their face. or you can just follow the beat quite nicely. But yeah, just watch what your learner's giving you. If they really shy away from this one because it is just overkill and it's just too kind of sensory and too tickly, then model it on yourself with a sort of sense of positivity on your face, because that's some of the best ways that we can sort of scaffold what we're doing for our learners. And again, if you repeat that session over and over again, you're going to build up that tactile confidence in your learners, because that's essentially what dance massage and all of these lovely sensory activities do. They build up that tactile confidence of the world around us. So yeah, just don't kind of write this off as something that they hate straight away. Just really persevere with these kind of things. And the piece of music that I've assigned to this is called All That We Have by Lynn Patrick. She's a guitarist. If you need some really nice sort of friendly sounding background music that's just instrumental and guitar based, I highly recommend Lynn Patrick. I use it all the time anyway. But yeah, All That We Have, I'll pop it up on the screen now so you can take a screenshot or jot it down, and then we'll move on. So the next prop is straws. These are actually biodegradable that I found in a garage, and I was like blown away by that. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, these make really good little drumsticks on the skin, and when you tap them together, because they're hollow, they make a really nice sound anyway. So yeah, you can just tap them on the learner's skin and they sort of ricochet off and bounce off in a way that's different to sort of bamboo skewers and things like that, and lollipop sticks and all those other things that you can use in a sort of drumstick way. They've just, because they're so light, they've just got a really nice bouncy feel to them, as well as creating a nice little auditory input for your learner as well. So you can use those just sort of tapping along to the beat on your learner's skin. Again, watch for their communication cues, things that they like, things that they don't like. If you're going to do it on their face, which you can with these, because as I say, they're so light, they don't kind of hit them in a kind of way that they wouldn't necessarily like. But just be aware of that auditory input. If you're doing it near their ears, they might actually hear this kind of a noise out of it. So just hover a little bit and just see if they can zone into that, and kind of you can travel it around their faces, which is a nice way to do a little bit of visual tracking sometimes as well. So that's the straws. The song that I've assigned to these is Wildflowers by Tom Petty. Again, just a really nice little song, really spring-like in nature, with a nice sort of steady beat to it. So yeah, that's what we've got for these ones. The next prop that I'm going to use, laughably, is shot glasses. Use them for everything. They're just brilliant. You can buy them in neon colours, which means they glow in the dark. If you're ever using them under UV or even just a blue light, they will glow beautifully. So if you want to add that extra dynamic to it and darken your room and whack a blue light on, there's some great spotlights out there. That's another added dynamic to it. But again, nice zingy colour. Make a really nice noise when you tap them together, and when you tap them on the skin like that, that makes a really nice noise. But what we're going to do for a kind of tactile sensation is to just slightly spin them. It just kind of twists the skin a little bit. Again, it's a definite sensation, so again, don't rule out how your learner might initially respond to this, because it is a definite kind of feeling. But you know, you can go to tapping if you think that they'd like that more. But as I say, just a little twist, just quite a nice sensation for us for that prop. The song that I've assigned to this prop is Everything Is Sound by Jason Mraz. Again, I'll pop it up on the screen. If you haven't explored Jason Mraz as well outside of what you know, so he did a song called I'm Yours, which I'm sure a lot of you will be familiar with. If you haven't explored him outside of that, please do. He makes some really lovely, happy sounding music that if you're ever needing anything that's kind of overly positive, he's got some brilliant albums, so just check those out as well. The next one is a double whammy. I've got scourers and microfiber cloths. Bit of a spring cleaning kind of vibe to it, which I guess kind of fits in with the theme. But yeah, these are just going to give two different sensations for your learner in the same song. Now I've done that for a few reasons. Partly because it aligns itself really nicely with the song that I've chosen. Partly because what that's going to do is build up that sense of early choice making for your learner. So yeah, they can kind of begin to initiate and kind of tell you which one they like more of. And also it's going to build up anticipatory skills. So when you use this, again, repetitively with your learner, and you assign a prop to each part of the song, which is what I really strongly recommend you do, what that'll do is just start to help your learner to kind of anticipate what prop is going to be used next. Now, with anticipation comes a sense of regulation. So if you can anticipate what's coming next, that's just going to make you a little bit more chilled out. And sometimes with learners with special needs, we do a lot of things to them all the time. So to build up that sense of kind of knowing what's happening is really, really important and really integral for their sense of well-being, because again, they've got a bit of control about what is coming next in their life, rather than people just whisking them off to do different things. It's just a really dedicated time where they can just think, oh, I know this, I get this, I know what's coming next. And that's a really, really nice thing and a really important thing for your learners. Now, the song that I've chosen for this is by a lovely lady called Kate Rusby. She is a folk singer. She does some really, really lovely songs. But what I would really strongly recommend you do for this is use this for the verse, this for the chorus. As I always say with Dance Massage, listen to the tracks a few times before you do it, because the delivery then will be better, because you'll know what's coming up next in the song. So yeah, use that for the verse. And then there's a really noticeable bit where she sort of sings about we will sing, we will sing. And what I would do with this, and what I have done with this actually when I've done this with learners before, is to just like whisk it in a kind of circular motion around their face for the sort of we will sing chorus bit. But yeah, listen to the track and you'll know what I mean when I say all of this. So yeah, go back to that for the verse, that for the chorus, and it'll just be a really, really nice dancey, celebratory, spring-like way of moving to that song. Nearly forgot as well, what's really nice to do, because you're kind of doing this in a circular motion around their face, you can spray it with, this is just Air Mist Blossom and Breeze for Breeze, and it will just give a scent to it, which again will provide that sense of memory if you're doing this as a repetitive session. So you can just literally mist your fibre cloths before you use them, and then as that goes over their face, they'll get a lovely scent as well, which will again help to build memory. And then lastly, I've just got a little bowl of cold, well, coolish water here that we're just going to pop our fingers in and use potentially to kind of evoke April showers and rain. Now, the song I've actually chosen for this is April Showers. It's the Disney song that used to be in Bambi. It's quite an old sounding song, but it's got a really nice kind of drip drop pattern to it. Again, really, really definite sensation, this one, that your learner might shy away from, but equally might love as well. It aligns itself really beautifully with that track, because it starts with a kind of, I think it's like just a clarinet sort of drip drop sound to it, and slowly builds up and gets quicker. So in terms of, again, building up those lovely responses and those consistent responses in your learner, it's a really, really nice one to do. Again, don't force it on your learner, just slowly, slowly build it up with a repetitive session, and this might end up being one that they really, really like. And then to finish, I always use the same track just to regulate, just to finish off the session. If you've done the winter one, you'll know this track already. It's called The Other Side by Moonchild. It's just the most laid back piece of music ever. And you can just do whatever your learner wants for that bit. So if they want more of a stimulus that you used in the box, you can do that. If you just want to sit with them in between your legs and just kind of rock with them and have a little bit of kind of closeness and like time together, you can lie next to them and just have a little bit of that lovely intensive interaction time where you mimic their facial expressions or their movements. You can do that, but it's just a nice way of finishing off the session and making sure your learner feels really calm and comfortable and happy before you move on with whatever you're moving on to that day. That's our video for today. Please get in touch if you do this one with your learners, or if you've got babies and toddlers and you're doing it as a sensory experience with them. It works beautifully for that as well. But yeah, do get in touch. It's really, really nice to hear from you all when you use these activities. Then if you like the video today, please do give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, if you want more ideas like this and music and sensory and messy play fun in your life. I will see you next time for a brand new video on the Jenstory YouTube channel to carry on the spring theme that I've got all the way through this month. But until then, everybody, take care and I'll see you all soon.